Hello and welcome back to the balcony sesh with me, Sinhani. And I was just looking at the moon as I watched the sunset from here today, which was like fucking spectacular, dude. That's it's a lot of noise for an evening, but yeah, it also feels noisy. I had a lot of shit, like confirmation, literal shit, the stupidest of stupidest things. Like, the most improbable things ever as limiting beliefs, like coming up for me, and maybe that's something you're resonating with too at this time. um, where there's just like it's so highly improbable, um, events, circumstances, what ifs that your brain starts making up after a point. And the truth about that is also that you have learned to alchemize your fears, your shadows, your doubts, your lack. And so, you've dealt with the major ones already. So now it's like the most improbable, nonsensical bullshit. And it starts getting funny after a point. It really gets very funny after a point. It's like, bro, what if my nose falls off tomorrow or something? And see, that's a very highly improbable, like, event or thing to happen, but it can happen and it's cool. And so, even for these limiting beliefs, thought patterns, or thought loop structures, is the same. It's the same fucking deal, bro, as it is with everything else. And as I was shuffling, I also saw the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is the card of success and the card of victory. So it truly is, yeah, it truly feels like that. It feels like small victories, and the small victories add up. And they may seem small and insignificant to you right now, but like, you look back and say like, holy fuck, that's when everything changed. And yeah, it kind of is like that. And that's the journey, I guess, and that's the experience, I guess. And it's cool. It's quite literally about that, like saying, yeah, whatever, it's cool. So I also see here the Lover's card on one side of the deck, and on the other side of the deck it is the Nine of Wands. So also like this fear surrounding love that's coming up for you specifically. Man, I hear an aircraft. This is not an air zone, I repeat, this is not an air zone. Aircrafts do not fly over here. Like, they're not their general routes, at least. And this is like the second time this is happening at the balcony sesh confirmation honk as well. Man. But yeah, all the more confirmation for you to really just take off. Yeah, I'm hearing like take off, take off. I don't know, maybe I saw an Andrew. Hi. It's a big one. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Whatever takeoff means to you, okay? And like, sure, yeah, use your imagination, exactly. Like, I don't know, for some of you, that's coming through as well. So yeah, like, y- you can still love and you can still receive love, though you are where you are. Like, because you are where you are, rather, because you are love. Yeah, and that should come as no surprise to you. You know that. And so, also 444 on the timer. Like, yeah, fours are all about divine protection, divine alignment, divine timing, alignment in divine timing. And yeah, let it align in divine timing. It's cool. Like, part of you is anticipating it, part of you is anxious, and then the other part of you is like, fuck yeah, this is already mine. And so yeah, it's about leaning into that. Like, fuck yeah, it's already mine because I am love, King of Wands. And also how you're releasing. I see another doggo. Doggo. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. Yeah. Also how you're releasing blocks around love at this time, which is coming through with the Eight of Swords, the World card, and the King of Cups. And truly, like, you owning the fact that you are a very deep person, a very spiritual person, a very intuitive person, someone who's just very deep and does not really go by society's labels of what love should be. Because you love unconditionally, which means you love the sky and you love the birds and you love your neighbor you don't know, and you also love romantically and intimately and deeply and passionately. So every connection for you then becomes something very deep, which society cannot explain in labels. That's why the labels are confusing, by the way. I feel like we don't even need the labels. We never did. So anything, that makes you wonder, like, is this platonic? Is this romantic? Is this something else? And maybe it doesn't need to have a label. Maybe love can just be love, is also what's coming through for you. And yeah, you don't need to follow any labels because love can be fluid. Unconditional love is something that flows, and thus it can also be fluid. um, yeah, it's a very interesting little phrase that came through there. I shuffled the deck and still have we still have these three cards at the bottom of the deck, guys. How's that possible? But anyway, you're moving past the labels is also what's coming through. You're moving past the fear. You're moving past trying to define what love means to you, and you're truly owning. You're truly. I can't even speak it, but yeah, it's like that. It doesn't feel real, but it is. Like, you're truly owning your emotions wholly. Is what was coming through. Yeah, yeah. So maybe there's resistance in receiving that. Motorcycles may be a confirmation of this message, and that's cool. Um, but yeah, you are that passionately deep person who can love, and soul who can love, because you are love. You are unconditional love. This is such a beautiful message. If you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can check the link in the description. All of my stuff is there. Or if you're seeing this on Instagram, I don't know if I'll put it up on Instagram. You can also check the link in my bio. You can send me a DM or an email as well. I have pay what you want readings. I have other readings, video calls, voice calls, light language tarot. I have like weekly offers as well, the soul blueprint reading, a manifestation power hour, and my one-on-one channeled session. I have only one spot of these each week, so if it's yours, go claim it. And yeah, you are unconditional love. Very deep message. See you. Follow for more. Subscribe. Leave me a comment if you're watching me on YouTube. I love reading your comments. Thank you for your support. As always, you can check the description for any of my more what the fuck, any more of my stuff. Bye. See you soon.